Hey everyone, I'm Greg and we're back at the Rockford Fosgate R&D lab. Today we're going to show you how we installed the new Stage 5 kit on a 2021 Polaris RZR. On our RZR, we went ahead and removed the roof so you can move the cameras easily in and out of the vehicle. This step is not necessary for your installation. Before you get started, it's always a good idea to disconnect the power when working on any electronics. On the 2-up models, the battery is located under the driver's seat, but on the 4-up models, it's under the rear seat on the driver's side. You want to remove all the seats for the ride command kits, and to do this, pull up on the rear latch, tilt forward, and lift. Once you've located the battery, you can disconnect the negative terminal using a 13mm socket. Alright, to disassemble the upper dash, start with removing the hood, then use a push pin puller or a plastic pry tool on the 2 push pins that connect the upper pocket. Now remove the 4 T40 torque screws and pull the dash. Okay, let's move to the center console. There'll be a mix of T40 torque screws and push pins that will need to be removed. Once those are out, you can unseat the rubber gaskets around the seat belts and the shifter, lift the console up and out of the car. For the lower dash assembly, let's remove the passenger grab bar. Now you have 4 screws holding the dash and 2 push pins located in the upper cargo pocket. Disconnect the ignition and any other gauges, switches, or accessories you may have hooked up. Now pull the dash from the car. Lastly, you use a 10mm socket with an extension to remove the glove box. Now, if your car comes with a stock audio system, you want to remove the stock amplifier and remount the dynamics module. Alright, let's run your wiring harness for your Moto-Cans. Starting at the front near the distribution block, run down through the radiator compartment, go underneath the floorboard and into the center console. Feed the wires through the console and out the rear firewall of the car. Be sure to manage your wiring and do not wrap around any moving parts while routing your cables. Please note that there's a red dot on one of the harnesses, which means it goes on the passenger side, so red for right. Now follow the factory wiring along the frame all the way up to the roll bar area, and make sure to keep away from any hot engine components or moving parts. Remember to leave enough slack for connection to your speakers. Our new clamps come fully assembled, so it's just a point of choosing which of the 2 included rubber insert options will fit your cage. Mount them at your desired height using the provided hardware. It's time to attach your Moto-Cans. Slide the can enclosure onto the bracket and tighten the bolt down using the security torques. Now attach your safety retaining door And now you can plug in your wiring harness. Okay, now you're ready to install the main power harness. You're going to run down the radiator compartment, go underneath the floorboard and through the center console, and then back to the battery. Be sure that you manage your wiring and don't wrap around any moving parts while routing your cables. Alright, with that done, you're ready to feed the wiring back through the factory grommet and into the upper dash area. Be sure to leave enough slack here for any connections that need to be made. This is where you'll run the power line for the ride command interface and the color Optix controller. Feed the cables through the grommet from the inside of the car and up to the distribution block. Using a 3/8" nut driver, connect the red wire to the accessory power and the black wire to the ground. Now you want to connect that interface for the ride command. You'll find the main cluster holding amp 1 and 2 under the dash, and amp 3 is located behind the steering column. Okay, now we're ready to talk about the subwoofer enclosure. This is a cool design that's ported for a higher bass output. But if you like a sealed box for a tighter bass response, we include this port cap, which is also good for you wet weather riders. You'll notice the subwoofer has 2 settings for the ohm load. For this kit, you want to ensure that it's set for 2 ohms. We're ready to install the subwoofer. Attach the 2 Deutsch connectors. The 2-pin is for your sound, and the 4-pin will connect to your new color Optix controller. Now you can load the subwoofer into the enclosure using the supplied hardware and Allen bit. Your subwoofer is going to replace your glove box, so we'll use the existing hardware to mount to the crossbar as well as 2 additional mounting holes that line up with factory standoffs on the firewall. Now slide the enclosure into place and secure it with the existing 2 screws. You want to keep these loose so you can line up the 2 mounting holes on the bottom, secure those with the provided hardware, and then tighten all 4 mounting locations. Now once the enclosure is mounted, we'll go ahead and plug in the harness and run it to the center area. Okay, now that you're done with that, you're ready to install the lower speaker pods. Start by replacing the factory bolt with the provided threaded standoff using a 1/2" socket. Then use the provided driver and hardware to mount the enclosure to the standoff and the floorboard. Be sure all 3 mounting locations are tight. Once they're installed, we'll just go ahead and route our speaker harnesses up to the center area. Now you're ready to install your speakers. Connect the speaker by attaching the red wire to the positive spade lug and the black wire to the negative spade lug, and then plug in the 4-pin Deutsch connector for the color Optix feature. Position the speaker in the number 3 hole on the pod, secure it using the included 3mm bit and supplied hardware. Okay, now we're ready to install our amplifier plate to the dash. Start by routing your harnesses to the appropriate size of the amplifier mount, keeping the output wires and the power plug on the same side. You'll notice this kit comes with 2 plates. The larger one is for the 2014 through 18 RZRs, and the smaller one's for the 2019 and newer models. If your car does not have a dynamics module, you want to pre-thread these holes. If you do have the dynamics module, then this will mount right over the existing plate. You're going to mount the amplifier plate to the subframe crossbar using provided hardware. We're going to do that using 2 T40 screws, and then the short screw attaches to the subwoofer enclosure. Okay, at this point you're ready to mount your amplifier using the provided hardware. Okay, now you're ready to wire your amplifier. These new M5 series amplifiers are equipped with our new preset technology as well as pigtails for your connections. So let's start with the output cables. Your front output is for your speaker pods, your rear output is for your Moto-Cans, and your sub output is for the subwoofers. Now connect your power plug as well. Once that's done, we'll move to the input from your ride command harness. Plug in the front to the pigtail labeled front and the rear to the pigtail labeled rear, and then the subwoofer to the pigtail labeled subwoofer. Now we can connect the blue remote turn-on wire. Match your speaker locations to the proper cables and attach. All right, you're ready to install the new color Optix controller. This is a Bluetooth device that will allow you to remotely access the lighting features through the RF Connect app. We'll start by connecting the power cable, and then attach the waterproof connectors to the speaker cables. You can utilize any of the 8 color Optix plugs provided. Now is a great time to go through and secure your wiring runs. Be sure that you have the proper clearances where needed and any loose slack is tied off. Okay, now that you've got that done, you're ready to start the reassembly process. Pop the lower dash in place and make your electrical connections for the ignition, lighting, and any other accessories. This is when we recommend you connect your battery and test your new Rockford Fosgate audio system. Okay, now that you tested the system, it's time to get the RZR back together and out onto the trails. All right, as you can see, the installation came together pretty easily. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact our technical support. They can be reached at 1-800-669-9899 Monday through Friday. Until next time, I'm Greg, and we'll see you again soon.